Hey, good morning everybody. Just opened up the feed a little bit earlier so that any of you looking for class can click and join in. So take your time getting settled in this morning. I've opened up a little bit earlier than usual actually. I was ready a bit earlier today. So anybody out there who's wanting to join me for a good old stretch this morning, feel free to click into the class and say hello so I know you're there. If I know you're there, then I can, especially for my existing students, it means I can visualize what you're doing and maybe give you the cues that I know I would give you in class usually. So just spend a few moments here. Let me just turn this down a little bit. A bit loud. Nice. So welcome to class. As I say, just waiting for a few of you to click into class. I hope you've had a good night's sleep and you've had a nice week so far. Morning, namaste everybody. And so, as I say, if you want to, you can say hello in the comments. I've started up a little bit earlier just in case anyone's ready. But we won't get going until past. So, and we're going to do a session this morning. I've put in the heading using lavender oil. So lavender oil is one of my favourite oils. Now I quite like to use lavender oil on its own. But at the beginning of the day, you can sometimes find, let me just come up a little bit, there we go. At the beginning of the day, you can sometimes find that it can make you a bit too sleepy. So using a little bit of pine oil or eucalyptus or something like that alongside it will help to just lift that sedative effect so it doesn't feel quite as sleepy. Morning, Pat, how are you this morning? Nice to be with you today. I hope you're bearing up. So, really nice. A few more minutes before we get started. So lavender oil is amazing at reducing levels of stress. So you can do a number of things with aromatherapy oils. You can either put some on your pulse points and just rub it together a little bit and just allow the aroma to kind of enter the olfactory system that way. Or you can think about maybe popping it into a diffuser. You can buy diffusers online. Morning, Joanna. Hi. I hope you found the post okay. And morning, Teresa. Nice to see you. So the other thing you can do with the lavender and pine oil is to put it into a diffuser and just have it running alongside while you're practicing, and it really helps to support the practice a little bit. So hi Melissa, how are you today? Can't believe this weather again. Are you in the, I wonder if you're in the garden again or if you're in the living room. It's lovely to practice outside, so any of you who can do, you can always take your devices outside and practice outside if it's nice and warm. That's always a good thing to do. Unless the neighbours can see you. My neighbours can see me. They think it's hilarious, I think. Hi Angie, hi Leslie. Hi, welcome to class today. A nice gentle stretching class today. Again, for relaxation piece, so helping us to reduce our stress, reduce anxiety levels. And the beauty of yoga is, you know, that we can activate into these hormones, into these glands in our body and release all this lovely stuff. So, oh, hi Angie, hi. Oh, hi Sophie, morning my darling. Lovely, you're going to do it a bit later on. Lovely, you can do them whenever you like. So the great thing about these is that you can, you know, kind of do these classes whenever you feel that you want to. You can always just click into the class a bit later on if it's for you. Or if you get interrupted halfway through, you can always come back to them again at a later date, you know, a bit later on. Okay, so I was saying about how yoga can really help us when we come into our meditation state, or when we focus on the movements and we bring this mindful movement and practice together. what happens is that we release hormones from the pituitary gland and from the pineal gland and also from the gut. So serotonin, dopamine, oxytocin, all of these hormones get released, and they are our internal pharmaceuticals. So, you know, often those of us who have suffered in the past, maybe with depression or suffer with anxiety, sometimes we do have to use medication in order to manage it. Hi Lizzie, hi, nice to see you. But we can also access some of these internal pharmaceuticals too. And that's not in any way to say that if you suffer with depression and anxiety, you should stop your medication. That's really important that you work with your GP, anything that's going on there. But what yoga can do is to just give you that little bit of an extra lift. And for some people with very mild forms of depression or mild anxiety, they can find that yoga really, goes a long way to helping that relaxation process and helping those internal pharmaceuticals to be accessed alongside all of those kind of antidepressant pharmaceuticals that we've got in our own brains. We also have analgesics. So any of you who suffer with pain, fibromyalgia, polymyalgia, any of the pain syndromes, any kind of yoga practice is going to help to release those analgesic properties as well. So they're going to help with joint pain, and any other types of pain, muscular pain that we're carrying. Also alongside that, we also have our natural anti-inflammatories that can be released from the brain too, and serotonin, etc. in the gut. And natural anti-inflammatories again will help us to deal with certainly any autoimmune responses that we have, and just that general feeling of health, building the immune system. So yoga, when you start to look at some of the science underneath it all, there's a lot to offer there. And I think people don't always realise that. They think they go into a class, they have a nice time, they come out, they feel relaxed. But sometimes it's useful to understand what's going on underneath the surface. So we have this stuff that goes on underneath, and a regular yoga practice over time will really help us to kind of bring lots of conditions into line, whether that's physical stuff, emotional stuff, or mental health. So it's a lovely practice to work with. Morning Lou, hi, nice to see you. And today we're going to be focusing really on bringing that movement, that mindful movement and breathing together. So I want you to really stay focused on your breath and really kind of connected to your breathing. And if at any time you find that the mind is wandering, which happens to me all the time, I have to really keep myself on track when I'm when I'm teaching, because my brain is massively active sometimes. Come back to your breathing pattern. So just kind of make an effort to connect with your breath. Listen to your breath and notice how much it's filling up the lungs or not. And actually, once you start working with that, you find that takes your mind away from some of the, kind of the monkey stuff, the monkey mind, we call it, the chatter that just, can drive us all a bit mad sometimes. And we're all working at the moment in a bit of a state of collective anxiety, I would say. Differing levels of it for differing people, but very much lots and lots of different ways of being, and people having to get used to great change and transition. And for all of us, that's having a major effect. So keeping up with the yoga practice, whatever that is, if it's 5 minutes breathing a day, if it's doing the classes once a week or every time I'm on, or whenever it is going to help you with that. As many of you know, I personally suffer with anxiety, so I've been seeing a counsellor now it's my third lot of counselling actually, but I've been seeing this one currently, or phone conversations, for a year. And, again, I would always say to everybody, any of you that feel that you're struggling with your mental health in any way, talking therapy is one of the best things that you can do. So just get it out there if you can, talk to the people that you love, and if you need any help at all, I've always got numbers of people that you can access as well. So let's move on. We'll get on with our class this morning. So welcome everybody. Hope you're feeling well. Hope you've had a good sleep and you're feeling ready to face your day. We've got the weekend coming up in a day or so. So thinking maybe about some plans for the weekend, whatever you're going to be doing. So we're going to begin laying down. So taking the block, any of you that are used to my class and want to work with the block underneath the chest, you're welcome to do so. Supported Matsyasana helps us to open through the collarbones and helps us to reverse this rounding of the back that happens. So what we do is we take our block, pop it around about here as we're laying down, and just lay down over it and try and find a nice comfortable place to be here. Now if it doesn't feel great, feel free to remove it. You know, there's no kind of shoulds here. You do what it is that feels right for your body. So if you're coming down over a block and you're thinking, oh, that's awful, you know, it feels really, really uncomfortable, then take it out and just come flat to the floor. And as with all of my classes, if any of you feel that anything doesn't feel right for you today, then I want you to not do it, you know, just do the thing that you want to do. This is about you helping yourself, about you working within your body. If you feel that your body wants to do something else, that's okay, you know, work with it, even if that's resting, you know, whatever. But listen to your body and always work within your own range of movement. So laying down over the block, we're just gonna release the arms, allow the head to softly tilt back if that feels good for you. Just allow those feet to come a little bit wider apart, so maybe wider apart than hip width, and this helps the hips to just release and soften down to the floor. Really nice. Take a lovely big breath in. Fill the lungs, and then as you breathe out, I want you to release any tension. So just allowing everything to soften down into the floor. Almost imagining all that tension just draining away into the floor. Beautiful. Oh, I've got a little announcement at the very end as well. So if any of you are around and can hang around for 5 minutes at the end, a couple of things I just want to talk to you about. Okay, but for now, just breathing in and breathing out. So become connected with your breathing. Any of you familiar with Ujjayi breathing, just begin to activate that breath. Constricting gently into the back of the throat. The mouth is closed and we breathe in and out through the nostrils. And as we breathe in, we hear a soft snoring sound in the back of the throat. A little bit like the ocean, or a little bit like Darth Vader, that kind of Darth Vader-y breath. Really nice. Deepening your breathing. Noticing the lift through the chest. And just noticing that softening in the legs, softening through the hips and the belly. As we breathe in and breathe out. Beautiful. We're going to take a breath in here. And then on the exhale, gently bring those legs a little bit closer together and press firmly into the heels. Toes are going to point up towards the ceiling. Feel that strength building through your legs. Take a lovely big breath in as we rise up with the arms and take them overhead, reaching away. Lovely. Again, remember, if your body doesn't like this, you can take the arms out to the side, or you can leave the arms down, wherever you are. Just find that deep breath and find a bit of lengthening through your body. So if the arms are above the head, reach into your fingertips, but draw your belly in and draw the ribs in. So you're not popping away from the block if you've got a block underneath you. Take a nice big breath in here. Draw the belly in, and then as you breathe out, see if you can find a bit more length through the whole body. Beautiful. Breathing in again. Again, drawing that belly in, and then on the exhale, just softening away a little bit more. And then one more breath in, and as we exhale, reaching away. Beautiful. Bring those arms all the way back down, and we're going to step the feet up, coming into our second position, Supta Baddha Konasana. So bring soles of the feet together, also known as bound angle pose or cobbler pose. So keep your head nice and central. Keep looking up towards the ceiling and begin to bring those soles of the feet together. We're going to press firmly so that the big toes touch. They feel really connected. And then see if you can feel all the other toes pressing down towards each other, and press a little bit further and see if you can feel that stretch as it moves up into the legs. Really nice. Breathing in and breathing out. Lovely. Just let go and allowing everything to soften. We're going to take a breath in. If it feels good for you, take those arms overhead again. Again, working however you want to at your pace. So if you want to dial it down a little bit, do so. If you want to stretch a little bit more and it feels good for your body, then again, work with that. Listen to what your body wants. Breathing in and breathing out. Really nice. Allow those knees to gently make their way down towards the floor. And if you want to intensify the stretch, you can bring the feet a little bit closer in towards the bottom. Lovely. Palms of the hands can come together if that feels good. And if you want to, pressing the palms of the hands and the soles of the feet. Really find a lovely connection here where you're sealing the pose. One more breath in here. Bring the hands down to your heart center. Connect into your center of love. And just for a moment, just getting to just come into your resolve, your intentions. So anything that you want to set for your practice or for your day. So if you're wanting to bring some peace and tranquility into your life, I am peaceful, I am calm. Any of these affirmations will be really useful. If it's that you want to be brave or find some more confidence, you can again work with that. Welcome into your life whatever it is that you're looking for. And when you make your sankalpa or resolve, it's about creating a new neural pathway in the brain. So try to keep it a positive thing. Breathing in and breathing out. Beautiful. Release the hands. And nice and gently bring those knees all the way back up to the center, pressing down into the soles of the feet and the palms of the hands. Find that lovely connection into your mat. So feel that support. Lovely. One more breath in here. And nice and gently, we're going to roll off our block if we're using a block. Notice if there's been any opening made in the chest. So coming down gently onto your back again. So really spread the back along the mat. Really feel that nice opening through the shoulders. Lovely. And then for a moment, with the knees bent, just walk your elbows nice and close into the body and walk your shoulders gently underneath, and almost try to recreate that lift that you had with the block, and recreate it without having the block there. So find that lovely lift through the chest. It's an opening into our heart center. It's helping to build some strength through the back of the shoulders. And it's helping to open through the collarbones, just creating this width and reversing that rounding of the back. Really nice. Take a breath in here. Release your back down. Find a nice flat back. We're going to draw the knees in. Beautiful. Take the hands between the legs and take a hold of your ankles or behind the knees if that feels good. Or you can take a hold of the outside edges of the feet, and we're going to come into Ananda Balasana or Happy Baby. So sending the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling, we're going to draw those knees down towards those shoulders, just to where it feels comfortable, okay? So if it feels like a really big struggle and you're up here and your head is coming away from the mat and it feels really uncomfortable, then release your shoulders down and take a hold of the ankles or even behind the legs. I want you to have these shoulders down on the floor, and I want you to feel relaxed here a little bit. So breathe deeply into your belly and draw your belly in. Widen the legs a little bit more. Beautiful. Lengthen into your tailbone so that your tailbone is beginning to make its way down towards the floor. Really nice. So it's not all about getting into what the pose should look like. It's about feeling what's going on through your own body and really noticing those changes over time. And the more committed to practice you are, the quicker the changes will happen. Okay, so if you're comfortable in your Ananda Balasana and you're softening into it and you're feeling a little bit of work in the hips, you can maybe take a gentle rock from side to side. This massages into the spine and just helps us to create a little feeling of space around the spinal cord and around the vertebrae in the back. Really nice. Beautiful. Lovely big breath in here, and exhale. We're going to gently release those legs down. So hug the knees in, gentle rock again from side to side, and we're going to draw circles into the lower back. So hands onto the knees, and then moving the knees in a nice circular direction. Feel that opening into your lower back, and then take it back in the other direction. Lovely. Easing your way in. Beautiful. Send your left leg away. Send it away nice and long. Press into the heel and really feel connected into that leg. We're going to draw the other knee in as much as we can. So keep that tailbone down. Keep the shoulders down for the moment and hug the knee in. Beautiful. Draw your belly in. Soften your shoulders. Tuck your chin in a little bit. Really work on your alignment here as you breathe in and breathe out. I've got a nose whistle again. Lovely. One more breath in here. And as we exhale, pick up your head and see if you can bring your nose or your head up towards that knee. Nice and softly. Doesn't have to get there, it can be nearly there. Or you can be working even a little bit lower, but draw your belly in. Beautiful. One more breath in here. Exhale, release, the head comes back down. Take a hold of the outside edge of your foot and send it up to the ceiling. Elbow comes inside of the knee. And again, draw that knee down. Beautiful. Half happy baby, Ananda Balasana. Really nice. Again, you can hold on to the underside of the knee if that feels more comfortable for you. Head is up towards the ceiling. We're breathing in and breathing out. Lovely. One more breath in here, and then on the exhale we're just going to release that foot and allow the foot to come down onto the thigh on the other side. Take a breath in and just wrap your left hand around the knee. Right one comes out to the side, and as we exhale, gently draw that knee across the body. Beautiful. Really nice. Just look across towards the other hand and find that lovely single leg twist. Breathing in and breathing out. Nice. One more breath in here. And as we exhale, bring that knee all the way out to the side. We're going to come into our laying down tree pose. So press firmly into the foot on that left side and then press your right foot in towards that inner thigh. See if you can balance your hips here. Bring the hands to the heart center. Lovely. Take the arms overhead if that feels good for you and breathe into it. So breathing in and breathing out. Really nice. Inhale and exhale. And one more breath in here. And on the exhale, bring the hands all the way down to your heart center. Beautiful. Draw that knee all the way up and hug it in nice and tightly. We're going to send the leg away nice and long. Find a nice stretch through that leg. Let's take a gentle massage in and around the knee if that feels good for you. And a little massage into the hamstrings in the back of the leg. Really ease into it. Nice and gently, you can hold the back of the thigh if you want to, and then gently begin to, you can't see my foot, I've gone off screen, gently begin to circle the ankle. Lovely, just releasing into the ankle. Find that full range of movement, and then take it back in the other direction. Really nice. Beautiful. Breath in here. We're going to press into the heel, find that nice stretch again. And then on the exhale, release. The leg comes all the way down. Nice. Let go of that leg at the bottom. Allow it to just soften. And it will feel a little bit longer, maybe a little bit looser. You might feel like the hips kind of dropped a bit on that side. So we're going to take a breath in now as we draw that left knee in. Hug it in nice and tightly and press firmly into your right foot. Lovely. Draw it in as close as you can. Begin to balance your hips and really find that opening through your collarbones and a lovely alignment through the whole body. Take a breath in here. As we exhale, pick up the forehead and we're lifting from the chest here. So really feel connected into your chest and bring the head up towards that knee. Really nice. Breath in here and exhale, release all the way down. Beautiful. We're going to take a breath in for a moment here and then take a hold of the outside edge of your foot and send it all the way up towards the ceiling and begin to draw that knee down towards the armpit. Lovely. So again, Ananda Balasana or Ardha Ananda Balasana. Really nice. Breathing in and breathing out. Lovely. So again, feeling that gentle opening, little easing into the hip as we open through the hips. And the longer we hold these poses for a while, we find that the muscles and the tendons and the joints, everything starts to release a little bit. Beautiful. Lovely. One more breath in here, just releasing and allow that foot to come down onto the opposite thigh. We're going to just wrap the right hand around again. Allow your left arm to just reach out to the side and then gently draw that knee across the body. So again, we find this lovely twist through the waist. You can look back towards your left hand. Keep your left shoulder down on the mat. Beautiful. Breathing in and breathing out. Lovely. Draw your belly in. Find that lovely twist and that beautiful stretch as you begin to draw the knee down a little bit further. Every time you exhale, one more breath in here and begin to just draw that knee all the way back up to the center. Lovely. Hug it in nice and tightly for a moment and then pop your foot back into that inner thigh. So taking your left foot now, we're going to press it into the inner thigh. Keep nice and strong through that right leg. Try to balance your hips and bring the hands into your heart center again. Breath in here and the arms come overhead, reaching away into our supine tree pose. So laying down tree pose. Breathe in deeply, draw your belly in and breathe out as you extend and lengthen through the body. Beautiful. Breath in again and breath out. One more breath in here. And then on the exhale, draw the arms all the way back down and hug that knee in. Really lovely. Well done, everyone. Draw your knee in. Nice and gently, we're going to flex the foot, send it all the way up towards the ceiling. And again, spend a little bit of time here doing some massage into the back of the legs. Hamstrings, maybe around the knees, maybe the calf muscles. Really nice. Breathe in and breathe out. Lovely. And then we're just going to rotate that ankle as well. So again, you can't quite see, I'll bring my foot down. Rotating the ankle, but you guys can have your foot up towards the ceiling. And just drawing a nice circle here. And again, all the way back to the other side. Lovely. Beautiful. One more breath in here. We're going to straighten that leg again. Feel that lovely stretch through the whole of the back of the leg. And then on the exhale, just release. Allow that leg to come all the way down and let go. And you should find both of your legs are feeling evenly kind of long and loose now. Nice. So bring the feet back to the floor. We're going to draw those knees in again. Again, just parting the knees for a moment. Take a hold of the ankles and press the elbows gently into your inner thighs. Keep your head, neck and shoulders down on the mat. Lovely. Breathe in and breathe out. We're going to take a hold of the underside of the feet, send them up towards the ceiling, and draw your feet down a little bit, coming into Ananda Balasana again, happy baby. So you might find a little bit more space through those hips now. Breathe in and breathe out. Lovely. Again, a nice gentle rock if it feels good for you. Well done, everyone. Taking a hold of the feet, if you want to, we're going to take those legs out to the side. So a nice stretch out to the side. Now, if that doesn't feel great for you, and again, you find the shoulders are coming off, as they do with me, because I've got a lot of tightness through my hamstrings, you can just support the legs here, press into the soles of the feet, and allow your elbows to be down on the floor, giving you that little bit of support. Find a lovely wide stretch into those inner thighs. Nice. One more breath in here, and exhale, bring the legs all the way up to the center, and release down. We're going to take the feet to a couple of inches apart. See if you can touch the back of your heels. Draw your shoulders away from your ears, okay? Tuck your chin, tuck your chin in, like so, and feel really connected into your hands and your feet. So spread the fingers as wide as you can. Nice, so we've got a nice base here. Take a breath in. As we exhale, we're going to draw that belly button in and lift the hips up and away, coming into a nice strong Setu Bandhasana bridge pose. So draw the hands underneath you, maybe clasping them if that feels good. Remembering you can rest if you need to. Keep your head nice and central, and we're going to press firmly into the feet, lifting the hips, breathing in and breathing out. Really nice. Find some length through the back of your neck, soften your face and soften your shoulders. Beautiful. Breath in, see if you can lift a bit higher, squeezing those legs. Lovely. So the chest begins to come towards the chest, the chest starts to come towards the chin. And we're almost pressing ourselves away. So we're pressing so firmly into the feet. It's almost like we're trying to slide ourselves along the mat. But we're holding firm with those shoulders. Lovely. One more breath in here. And exhale, roll all the way down. Beautiful. So vertebrae by vertebrae. And then when you get to the bottom, let go. Take a lovely deep breath in. Breathe in through the nose. And breathe out through the mouth. Let everything go. Anything you don't need, any frustration, any sadness, any anger, just let it all go as you breathe out. Beautiful. One more breath in here. We're going to just pick those knees up. Nice gentle rock from side to side. And then popping the feet down again, we're going to come to our fish pose, Matsyasana. So any of you familiar with your fish pose who use it regularly as part of your practice, feel free to come into it as soon as you want to. I'm going to talk through anybody who is less familiar with it. So we're going to begin, we're going to come into it twice. So first of all, we're going to point the toes away. Take the hands so that they're just underneath the bottom and begin to open the collarbones and squeeze your shoulders together. Beautiful. So if here feels good for you, you can stay here just squeezing the shoulders together and begin to almost press into the back of your head until the chest starts to lift away. Lovely. So I want you to tighten the muscles of the legs, point with the toes, draw your belly in. Take a breath in here, and then we're going to pick up the head and look down towards those feet. So just make sure you can see your toes. Draw the belly in, and then bring yourself up onto your forearms. So stay nice and comfortable on the forearms here for a moment. Pressing down into the hands. Beautiful. And then we're going to take a breath in here. Begin to dome the chest and allow the top of the head or the back of the head to come down to the mat. Lovely. If any of you feel that this doesn't work for you, or you're getting any pain through your neck, or it doesn't feel great, come straight back down to laying down. Those of you that are staying here, you can squeeze the muscles of the legs, open your chest. Breathe deeply in as you lift through the chest. The head is gently touching the mat. Breathe in and breathe out. One more nice big breath in here. And as we exhale, pick up the head, look back down towards your feet and release all the way down. So again, arms and legs just come away. Take a nice breath in here through the nose and out through the mouth. And just let it go. Beautiful. Breathing in and breathing out. Lovely. One more breath in. And on the exhale, we're going to bring our arms and legs back into the center again. So again, just gently sliding those hands underneath the bottom if that feels good for you. This time we're going to flex the feet. So a little bit of a different feeling through those legs. Just sort of notice how that feels as you feel a tightening through the calf muscles. So the toes are pointing up towards the ceiling and we're squeezing the leg muscles. We're drawing the belly in. Really nice. Okay, shoulders gently squeezing together at the back. Take a breath in here. As we exhale, pick your head up and look up towards those feet again. Draw the outside edges of your feet up so we're really connected. And then again, we're going to come up onto our forearms. Lovely. Draw the belly in. And then on the exhale, begin to lift your chest and allow the top or the back of the head to touch the mat. But I want you to think about all the work being in the chest here. So opening up into that chest, almost as if somebody's pressing a foot up in between your shoulder blades. And really feel the weight through the arms, through the forearms, through the fingers and the palms of the hands. Breathing in and breathing out. Really nice. One more nice deep breath in here, squeezing the legs, drawing the belly in. And then on the exhale, pick up the head and release all the way down. Lovely. Arms and legs come away. Breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And again, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Well done. And one more time, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Beautiful. Lovely. So we're going to gently just bring those feet all the way back up. And again, to counter pose, just draw the knees in towards the chest and allow yourself to feel that back really connecting down into the mat. So Apanasana, also known as wind relieving pose, a lovely pose for the digestive system as well as for the lower back. So just allowing everything to soften down here. Shoulders are on the mat. Head is nice and relaxed and soft. Beautiful. One more breath in here. We're going to cross over the ankles and take a couple of gentle rolls backwards and forwards. So rolling gently and with control into our spine. So just a little bit of work here. And some of you may have noticed there's some drilling or something going on in the background. So apologies for that. I can't control what my neighbours do, I'm afraid. So apologies if there is any noise this morning. There we go, one or two of these. We'll have to use our yogic powers just to kind of zone into our practice. Lovely. So come up to your hands and knees. We're going to come on to the hands and knees. Again, just remembering some of the general cues for this. Make sure that you've got your hands underneath your shoulders. Really nice. Your knees underneath your hips. Beautiful. And working with your alignment. Some of you might want to check this out in a mirror in your bedroom. So you might find actually it's quite a useful thing to do in front of a mirror so you can see if you've got all these nice kind of right angles going on. And if everything's nice and lined up. We're going to take a breath in, gently lower the belly, look up through the eyebrows. But bring your awareness and your focus to this opening through the chest, okay? So collarbones are lifting, tailbone lifts, and the head lifts. Beautiful. Exhale, draw your belly in. And release head. And gently tuck under with that tailbone, really drawing your belly in here. Inhale as you lower the belly, look up through the eyebrows, coming into your cow pose. And exhale, draw the belly in. Really nice. Inhaling as you lower, beautiful. And exhaling as you draw the belly in, coming into your cat pose. Beautiful, really nice. So close the eyes for a moment here and just move softly between both poses. Just noticing how your body feels this morning. Do you need to move it a little bit more? Or maybe you need to move it a little bit less. Listen to any aches and pains that you might have. As we get older, I can say this now, I'm in my 50s, as we get older, we start to feel a few more aches and pains now and again. So it's about kind of being aware of those aches and pains and really noticing what's going on through the body. Okay, we're going to take the hips now from side to side. So ease those hips away. Open through the side of the body. Breath in here, come back to neutral. Breath out, we're going to look towards the left side and see if you can look and see your hip over your shoulder. Really nice, lovely opening through the right side of the body. And then take it across to the other side. So again, send the hip out to the side, see if you can see the edge of your hip. Beautiful. And then again, closing the eyes, I want you to just move in a way that feels natural and good for you. So you might want to take a little rest in your child pose. You might want to do a few rolling movements, you know, drawing the belly in, finding some stretch through the arms. You may want to just move from side to side in a way that feels nice through the side of the body. You might want to come back to your cat-cow. Whatever you want to do, this is your time to just move your body in a way that feels good. And don't worry if you get any clunks and clicks. That's often gases and various things being released. So it's not a problem if you get clunks and clicks. Don't think anything's popping out. Often it is that release of gases or a release of tightness that's going on. Lovely. So once you feel like you've moved around a little bit and you've had a bit of time to soften into your body, we're going to take a moment here just to send away that right leg. So the right leg reaches out. We're going to press into the underside of the toes. I walked a lot of miles yesterday, so this is quite nice on my feet. So feel that opening into the back of the toes and press into your heel as well. And this again gives you that lovely lengthening. Feel a tightness through the leg. Beautiful. Now you can stay here working with this if that feels better for you. Or if you want to, you can pick up your left arm, so the opposite arm, and bring it alongside the ear, and then pick up your back leg. Lovely. Find a lovely long straight line here and draw the belly in. Keep breathing. Try not to hold your breath. Try and find a lightness and a strength at the same time. And then if you want to extend the stretch, you can pick up that back leg, point your toe up towards the ceiling and bring the arm around. Take a nice stretch here through the body. Beautiful. But remember, you can stay here or you can keep the arm down, whichever works for you. One more breath in here. Keep drawing that belly in and release. Hands and knees come back down. And we're going to pick up that right hand, give it a good shake. Let go of any tightness through the arm. Really nice. Let go of your breath. Nice big breath in here. As we exhale, we're going to just press now into that left foot. So first of all, maybe a gentle rocking backwards and forwards into the underside of your toes. Stay connected with your breathing. Remember, we're working with the breath here all the time. So breathing in and breathing out. Really nice. One more breath in here. And then on the exhale, we're going to pick up this time the right arm. So opposite arm, opposite leg. Breath in again. On the exhale, pick up your back leg. So nice long line through the body. Keep looking down at your mat. Draw the belly in. If you want to extend this stretch, Bamanasana, tiger pose, you can pick up the foot at the back, point your toe up towards the ceiling, and then bring that right arm back. And again, a lovely stretch through the whole body here. Really nice. Releasing whenever you feel ready. And popping the hands and knees down. Really lovely. Take those knees a little bit wider apart if you want to. And release down into your child pose. Breath in and breath out. Lovely. Just allow everything to release. Release any tightness through the wrists, so feel free to just circle those wrists for a moment. Really looking after the hands and those wrists. Beautiful. We're going to take a nice big breath in here, and then as we exhale, we're going to bring ourselves all the way down onto our tummy. So release down onto your tummy, allow the forehead to come down to the floor, bring the arms behind you. Lovely. So the palms are going to face upwards. Beautiful. Take a nice big breath in. We're going to come into our locust pose. So I want you to focus before we come up on pressing down into your pubic bone. So really press down as much as you can through the lower abdominals and the pubic bone. And then I want you to reach away with those toes. So really pointing the toes away. Beautiful. And then squeezing the muscles of the legs. And then I want you to draw your belly in here, keeping those ribs almost tucked in. Nice. We're going to take a nice deep breath in. As we exhale, press down a little harder with the pubic bone and the front of the hip bones. And notice as the legs begin to rise away, arms come up too, maybe an inch or two away from the floor. Keep looking down, so it doesn't have to be a big move. Nice gentle back bend as we draw our shoulders away from our ears. Keep squeezing the muscles of the arms and the legs. Beautiful. If you want to come a bit higher, you're welcome to. One more breath in here and exhale. We're going to just release. Hands come to a pillow. Rest your head. Turn your toes inwards. And just allow everything to soften down. Some nice gentle movements from side to side. Take a lovely big breath in here, and then on the exhale we're going to take our right leg and we're just going to take it out to the side and come into a nice little frog position here. So allow the leg to be nice and soft. I want you to try and press the inner thigh down onto the mat as much as you can, and then you can work on lifting that knee up as much as you want to. But you might want to keep it down quite low. Keep your head nice and central. So it's like a little frog position on one side. Keep strong through the other leg and keep pressing down into that hip bone and lengthening through the opposite leg. Beautiful. And then we're working this hip down to the floor. Really nice. One more breath in here and exhale, slide the leg back down. We're going to come on to the other side now. So left knee rises, take it out to the side, lovely stretch into the inner thigh. Breathing in and breathing out. Really nice. Inhale and exhale. Lovely. Nice kind of stretch into that inner thigh, just easing into the hips. Beautiful. Breath in here and release all the way down. I'm going to take a moment here to come into a nice gentle cobra pose as well. So again, press down into your pubic bone. Bring the legs nice and close together if that feels good for you. If your back has any weaknesses or you're working with any lower back issues, take the feet a little bit wider apart. It just makes it a little bit more comfortable. Lovely. Draw your belly in, press down with your pubic bone. We're going to bring the elbows in towards the sides of the body, drawing shoulders away from ears. breath in here, loop the shoulders up and back and just begin to lift up into a nice gentle cobra. Really nice. So you can take it as high as you want to. Again, no shoulds or shouldn'ts here. This is just about feeling the work in the upper back and also noticing as you press down into your pubic bone how that creates a little bit more space. As these arms come inwards, you kind of feel like a tightening through the central line of the body. Breathe in and breathe out. Beautiful. Well done, everybody. One more breath in and exhale. Bring the hands back to a pillow. Turn your toes inwards and your heels out. Let go of all of the muscles in your body, especially the bottom. Just let it all soften. Take a nice big breath in here and then let that breath go. Really nice. Just finding that time to work with these asanas, with these postures, which will be activating into all the different systems of the body. So locust pose is great for digestion. It's a gentle back bend. It works with strengthening the legs and the arms. Beautiful. One more nice big breath in here and we're going to press back into our hands and knees. Nice. So coming to hands and knees for a moment. Nice and gently we're going to come up into our cat pose. Release the leg at the back and take it out nice and wide. Nice stretch through that back leg again. On the exhale, we're going to gently bring that knee alongside the wrist. So right knee to right wrist and begin to ease that leg back. So coming into our pigeon pose again. So any of you who find pigeon pose a little bit challenging or a bit strong, know that you can just pop over onto the floor, come over onto your back and just put the leg over the knee, coming into a little figure of four stretch. Getting the same stretch in and around the hip, just without the excess body weight kind of pressing down on it. So don't worry if you need to come over onto your back. That's perfectly okay. It's the same stretch, really. Works in many of the same areas. It's just a bit more intense when you're coming into full pigeon. Okay, so ease your way into it. Find a softness and a lightness here as you soften that leg down at the back. Beautiful. When it feels good for you, release down onto your forearms and maybe take the head all the way down to the floor. You might want to pop a brick down, give you a little bit of support here. Really nice. And then begin to just ease yourself down. So really finding that lovely stretch in and around the right hip and around the front of the left hip and the left thigh. Nice. Inhale and exhale. Every time you breathe out, just softening down a little bit more. Beautiful. Well done. Draw the belly back if you can. Soften your shoulders, soften your face. Really nice. One more nice breath in here. Pick up the head and we're going to walk the hands back. Those of you that want to, you can pick up that back leg, find a little bit of an increased stretch through the front of the thigh. Lovely. And if it feels good for you, you can take a hold of that back leg and just increase the stretch a little bit here too. Only if you want to though, only if that feels good, if it's something that's part of your practice. So release that leg down. A little bit more softness. And then begin to walk your hands back. Bring the knees back into hands and knees. Some of you might want to come into a nice gentle downward facing dog, just to stretch out the legs. Lovely. But if you want to, you can come into child pose as well. Whatever feels nice for you. Beautiful. And then release back down to your hands and knees. Lovely. Again, gentle rotations in these wrists if they feel as if they're a little bit tight. So don't worry if they do. Just take that time out just to soften into them. So we're going to come onto the left side now. Release the left leg. Again, that lovely pressure into the underside of the toes. Pick up the leg. And then as we exhale, we're going to bring this left leg alongside the left wrist, okay? So left knee to left wrist, and then begin to ease yourself down into your pigeon pose. Now it might feel different on one side. So you might find this side, you find that the leg wants to come a bit closer into the groin. That's okay, you know, you work with what's going on in your own body. Some of you may want to pop a block underneath your hip. Gives you a little bit more support here, so you can soften down into it. So find the place that works well for you. And then once you've found that, you can release down, coming onto your forearms, lovely, and find the stretch for you in and around the thigh, in and around the front of that right hip this time. So try to keep your hips nice and square, draw the belly back as much as you can, try to stay balanced as much as you can. And then if you want to, you can soften yourself down onto the floor. Arms can come under the hands can come under the forehead, or you can reach away if that feels better. Whatever works for you, find your optimal pigeon pose. If you need to come back up to forearms, then do so. Breath in and breath out. Lovely. Beautiful. Nice big breath in and breath out. And the longer you stay in your pigeon pose, the more you find the muscles want to release down, and it can be quite a transformative pose. So breathing in and breathing out. Really lovely. I'm going to take one more nice big breath in here, and then as we exhale, we're going to begin to walk those hands back. Okay, so take them to maybe just in front of the knee if that feels good. Find that lovely gentle bend through the back. And again, if it feels good for you, you can pick up that back foot, point it up towards the ceiling, and maybe take a hold of the foot if it feels good. But only if it works for you and if you're feeling it today. I'm a little bit tight from my walking yesterday. So breathe in and breathe out. One more breath in here and release. That leg comes all the way down. And we're going to gently slide that knee back. Come back to hands and knees. Lovely. Draw the belly in for a moment. And you can come back into your child pose. Or if you want to and you prefer, you can pop up into a nice downward facing dog and just have a lovely stretch through the back of the legs. Really nice. Breath in here and release all the way down. And then we'll all meet in child pose. So just let go for a moment. Listen to your breathing. Breathing deeply in and breathing out. Just allowing that torso to be released. Inhaling and exhaling. Lovely. One more breath in and we're going to gently come all the way back up. So walk back up to kneeling and then come back over onto our cross legs. So just find that little bit of work here. We're going to bring the legs nice and close together. Beautiful. So press out. We're going to come into Dandasana. So press out with those heels. Take the legs out in front of you. Again, a little bit of a gentle massage through the legs. Taking a nice big breath in, we're going to lift up with those arms, palms of the hands together, gently fold forwards and take the hands maybe to the shins or to the knees, even to the toes if that feels good for you and you've got that flexibility. Breathe in and breathe out. Really nice. Inhaling and exhaling. And then one more breath in. We're going to lift all the way up and release. Hands come down. Beautiful. I'm going to bring that right foot in. Bring it nice and close in towards the groin. Left foot just comes out to the side a little bit. So just take it out, but make sure that you keep this knee up towards the ceiling, and make sure that your toes are turning up towards the ceiling as well. Going to take a nice breath in again. Lift up nice and tall with those arms. Gently turn towards that leg before you come down, and then on the exhale, gently fold yourself down over that leg. So take it to where feels good again. So you might want to have the hands at the knee. You might want them at the shin. You might feel that you can take the toes. But we're going to breathe in deeply, and then as we breathe out, gently release. See if we can ease our way in a bit more. Feeling a lovely stretch all the way through the back of the legs. Really nice. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And then one more breath in, and we're going to lift up and out. Reach, reach, reach. Draw your belly in and exhale. Release all the way down. Beautiful. Bring that leg in. So left leg comes in. We're going to send the right one out this time. Lovely. Take it out towards the side. Beautiful. So nice big breath in again. Lifting up nice and tall. Turn your belly button towards that leg. And then on the exhale, release yourself down. So hands can come to the floor or to the leg. Knee, shin, wherever works for you. Shouldn't be feeling any pain or any stretch through the lower back. Should all be about the back of the legs here. Okay. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathing in and breathing out. Lovely. And then one more breath in here as we reach all the way up. Beautiful. Oh, nice and tall up through the body, and exhale, hands come down. I'm going to take the other leg out now. So I want you to work with as wide as feels good for you. So I find I get a lot of tightness and cramping through the hip flexors in the front here as I take those legs apart. So mine will be a little less wide than yours, I suspect. But take them as wide as feels good for you. Okay, you can, if again like me you have this tight hamstring issue, you can take the hands behind, begin to squeeze the shoulders together and work on just widening the legs, maybe a fraction more. Toes turn up towards the ceiling, knees are facing the ceiling. Really nice. And draw your belly in, lengthening through the front of your body. Nice. So if that's feeling good for you, you might want to bring the hands forwards. And if that feels nice and easy for you, you might want to begin to walk your hands forwards until you bring your chest down to the floor, for those of you who are super bendy. Okay, I'm going to be just holding here, working within my range. So just make sure that you're doing the same and that you're not pulling into anything that you shouldn't be pulling into. Beautiful. One more breath in here, and then exhale. We're going to draw those legs in together. Soles of the feet come together and just come into your seated Baddha Konasana. So coming into bound angle pose, pressing the soles of the feet as hard as you can. Lovely. And just allowing those knees to softly release down. Really nice. Breath in and breath out. Lift up through the front of the body. Open those collarbones. Really nice. And just lose yourself for a moment. Breathing in and breathing out. Expanding out with that hearing a little bit. Noticing any sounds that you can hear. And trying to drop any judgments that you might have as well. So for me, I find noise, it's an interesting thing. Sometimes it can make you feel a bit irritated. Sometimes it can make you kind of lose yourself in it. So it's about trying to drop any of those judgments and just being aware that it is what it is. It's okay to be as you are in the moment. Really nice. One more breath in. We're going to release and gently come to our cross legs for a moment. Okay, softly breathing in and breathing out. And I want you to just come back to a nice natural breath pattern. Breathe in and breathe out. Beautiful. Taking a breath in here as we exhale, we're going to turn towards our right knee, lifting up through the crown of the head. And then as we exhale, gently turning the chest. So finding a lovely gentle twist here. Breathing in and breathing out. Lovely. One more breath in and exhale. We're going to come all the way back to the centre and then gently lift up nice and tall through the crown of the head again. And exhale, turning towards the left. Inhale as you lift and exhale, gently turn. Really nice. Breathing in and breathing out. One more breath in here and then gently come back to the centre. And we're going to walk the hands forwards and just allow yourself to fold forwards to a place that feels comfortable for you. So it might be that the arms are down, it might be that you just release the head seated, it might be that you bring your chest all the way down to the floor. Work within a way that feels nice for you. Just gently inhaling and exhaling. Okay, allow the head to relax, let go of your belly. Breathe in and breathe out. Beautiful. One more breath in and we're going to just release, come back to seated, and we're going to prepare for our Shavasana. So those of you, if you are hearing the drilling next door and it's driving you mad, you can switch your sound down if you need to. I'm going to go through a gentle body scan. So I'm going to come a little bit closer to the camera and I'm going to be reading through just a gentle scan to help you release and relax the body. But get yourselves ready for relaxation. Put on anything that's maybe a little bit warmer. And you can come down to laying. You can have the knees bent or you can be on your side. Any of you that want to stay seated, you're very welcome to do so. So we're just going to spend a few moments resting and relaxing and trying to just draw that awareness inwards as much as we can. But just be aware of, you know, the stuff that's going on around you. So for some of you, you might be in a household where you've got lots of children around, or you might have pets around, or builders or noises going on. That's okay. Just allow that to be there and know that we can still rest even though there's other stuff happening and other things going on. Okay, so take a moment to find your comfortable place for Shavasana. Just laying down if that feels good for you. Take a lovely big breath in, and then as you breathe out, just really soften your body down. Congratulate yourselves for turning up today, for coming along to class, and for spending a little bit of time with yourselves. And allow your body to settle. Let it settle into the ground. Let it settle into your mat. And now let your consciousness just move through the body as you're guided. So feel your face and notice your jaw. Become aware of any sensations in your mouth, and without moving, feel the roof of your mouth. Underneath the tongue, notice the teeth, the gums, the tongue, the root of the tongue. Notice the inside of your right cheek, and notice the inside of your left cheek. Sense that taste in your mouth, and now feel all parts of the mouth just working together as a whole, the entire mouth as sensation. And now feeling your nose, just notice the length of your nose, the nostrils, the right nostril and the left nostril. Notice both of your nostrils. And just notice the breath as it passes in and out through both of your nostrils. And then just bring your awareness to your ears. Feel the wrinkles and the folds of the ears, the backs of the ears, the ear canals, the inner ears, and be aware of your ears hearing and receiving sound. And then bring that awareness to the eyes. Notice the eyes as they sit in their sockets. Notice the eyelids, the eyelashes, the surface of your eyes, the centre of your eyes, the backs of your eyes, and behind the eyes. And then become aware of your forehead and your crown, the whole head, the throat, the neck, the right shoulder, the right arm, the hand, the right palm, feeling the right hand thumb, the first finger, the second finger, third finger, fourth finger. And now feel the whole of the right hand vibrant with energy. Become aware of the right wrist, the forearm, the elbow, the upper arm, the shoulder. Feel the throat centre and notice the left shoulder, the arm, the hand. Notice the left hand thumb, the first finger, second finger, third finger, fourth finger. The whole hand is radiant with life, and become aware of your left wrist, your forearm, your elbow, your upper arm, shoulder, and throat centre. And then feel your chest, the heart space, the heart centre, the stomach, the navel centre, shoulder blades, between your shoulder blades, your ribs at the back, and your lower back. And just become aware of your whole back as it's supported. And then feeling the right hip, the right thigh, the knee, the right lower leg, the ankle, the top of the foot, the sole of the right foot, the big right toe, all of the toes, and feel the whole of your right foot. And becoming aware of sensation in the navel, the left hip, the thigh, the knee, the left lower leg, the ankle, the top of the foot, the sole, the big left toe, all of the toes, and feel the whole of that left foot. And then become aware of your right side of your body. And now notice the left side of your body. Notice the back of the body, the back that faces the ground. And notice the front of your body, the front that faces the sky. Now feel the right arm and the left leg working together. Right arm and left leg. And now feel the left arm and the right leg together. Left arm and right leg. And then I want you to just feel the whole of your body connected. So bringing the whole of your body together, connected. And listen to your breathing, that gentle inhale and exhale. As you softly rest and allow all of the movements that you've made to be imprinted on the body and to be memorised by your body's muscles. Keep breathing in and breathing out. And just knowing that you're in a safe space. Really lovely. Lovely. So we're going to slowly begin to deepen our breathing, and know that if you want to, you can just switch the camera off and continue with your relaxation if that feels good. I do have a couple of announcements, but I'll probably put them on the group anyway. So just begin by expanding out with your hearing. Lovely. Notice any sounds that you might be able to hear inside or outside of the room. And we're going to begin to move the fingers and the toes, nice and gently. So gently bringing a little bit of energy into those fingers, a little bit of energy into the toes, stretching the fingers out. Maybe rotating those wrists, rotating the ankles. Really nice. And then when you want to, you can move the arms and legs a little bit more. Just noticing how your body feels, noticing how your mind feels. Really nice. And you can bring palms of the hands together, create a little bit of energy, prana, life force into the body just by rubbing the hands vigorously together, creating heat. And then take those hands over the eyes, before very gently just opening up the eyes into the darkness. Lovely. And then spreading your fingers and just allowing the daylight to come in. Beautiful. Take a lovely stretch through the whole body. So reach up as high as you can. Really nice stretch through the whole body. And maybe bringing those feet to the floor. You might want to take the knees from side to side or hug your knees in. Give yourselves a lovely big hug. Really nice. And then when you feel ready, just coming over onto one side and bringing yourself up to a nice comfortable seated position. So no rush, just in your own time. Lovely. And once you're seated, just taking that moment to sit comfortably, finding that length through the spine as we release down. Nice. We're going to bring the hands into the heart centre and welcome joy into your heart. Welcome compassion into your heart. Really nice. Breathing in and breathing out. And if you want to, you can revisit any positive affirmations that you may have made at the beginning of class. Just roll them around in your mind for a moment and know that you can take them into your daily life as well. It doesn't just have to be in class, you know, you can bring a lot of this work into your life day to day. Beautiful. Take a breath in, bring the hands to the forehead, think kind and loving thoughts about others and about yourself. I'm going to bring it to the lips and speak with kindness and the truth. And we're going to take it to our hearts and have a kind, open and loving heart. Namaste, everybody. And thank you so much for joining me this morning. It's been really lovely. So again, I can see a lovely bright day out there. So get out there, enjoy the vitamin D. Enjoy nature wherever you can. Get plugged into some nature. A couple of things. I put a post on the group earlier that my insurance company have now let me know that I can do one-to-ones in a public place. Can't do it in gardens yet until that's allowed. But if anybody is interested in a one-to-one with me, please feel free. Don't let finance hold you back either, because I'm perfectly happy to negotiate and chat with you about any, particularly any of you that are, struggling on lower incomes or no income, like with people like me who are self-employed now. There's no more scheme at the moment, so we kind of stopped getting anything from the end of May. So if any of you are struggling in that way, just let me know. There will always be a way that I can negotiate and that we can come to some sort of arrangement. So I can do one-to-ones with people if anyone's interested in and around West Oxfordshire area. I might even go a bit further afield if people, want to. And the other thing is I'm doing a workshop on Saturday morning, a workshop which is kind of focused on menopause, but it doesn't just have to be about the menopause. This is also about relieving joint pain. It's a cooling practice. It's an hour and a half practice. We may run over a little bit more. There'll be a nice long relaxation on Saturday morning, and a bit longer to kind of allow those muscles to soften down. So if any of you are interested in joining me on Saturday morning, there's a suggested contribution and a payment of £10 for that session if you're interested. I'll be broadcasting it on the live group. I was looking at doing it with rooms. I might do that. It depends how many. If I've got sort of still quite a small number, we might work with that. But as I'm working from my phone, obviously if I have too many people on, I can't see everybody and you won't be able to see me. So we will see how that goes. So you're very welcome to message me about that workshop on Saturday morning. Saturday morning's practice, live practice. Aside from that, have a really lovely day. Get out there, do some exercise, say hello to some of your friends if you get a chance to, socially distance obviously, and namaste to you all. Take care, see you tomorrow morning 9:30. So it'll be a more energetic practice tomorrow. Okay, a few more sun salutations, a bit more strength building. We'll be using juniper oil and we'll be looking at detox, you know, so yoga for cleansing and detoxing. So there'll be some kind of strength stuff and a little bit more twisting and that kind of thing. So thank you so much, everybody. Oh, well done, Deborah, did it in the garden. How lovely. If any of you want to leave any comments about how you're getting on with practice, or if you'd like any more suggestions or any inspiration for things, you know, I'm happy to be of service. So namaste, Sophie, thank you so much. And you, Melissa, lovely to be with you all again this morning. Lovely. Thank you, Margaret. Lovely. Nice to see you. You take care. Bye-bye. Have a lovely day.